You used me for land development! Well, guess nobody's gonna show up for this, huh? Guess we're gonna be all by our lonesome. I forgot what this entire fic was about. Once I start the recording, I'm gonna talk a little bit about philosophy. Don't know much about philosophy, but I have words in my head, and that's sometimes that's enough. Oh, I know there's like a subtle guitar in there too, huh? So what happened last time? I think Inko fucking died, right? Man, I forgot. Where the hell were we? What was going on? Who are you people? And all that jazz. Were there a bunch of... Who's this? Hold up, who's this? That's chapter 2. That's not good. Okay, that's all Doom stuff. That's all Doom recordings. This is all Doom recordings. I might as well throw these out because I'm pretty sure these have all been released since. That's... I want to kiss that snoot, which if I recall correctly, I record everything off. Where's... And this? Why am I... But if this is chapter... It's not chapter 2, right? I must have made a mistake.
I woke a few minutes before my alarm.
Safi.
Maybe a new record from me and mine.
This is 6-7. What the fuck did I... Where did those recordings go? Did I just not swap back my backgrounds like a fucking loser? Yeah, I just forgot to turn my... Safi, you gormless man! Why did you swap your backgrounds back? Okay, there it is. There's chapter 6. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm just stupid. I'm just a big fat idiot. Great. Great! Great! Let's remind ourselves that Inko shined fucking nerd. What is going on with my sound balance? There we go. I don't like this balance. Makes me go nuts. I will say boop. I forgot that it goes up there. Well, no one's gonna show up for the stream, so I might as well just get going and cry myself to sleep later at night. I want to get a chapter uploaded today, because a lot of people are very angry at me, I think. I haven't looked at the comments, I'm terrified of them. They scare me! I lied! I used them for land development! Ah! Odds are Senator isn't here because he's watching someone better, cooler, and sexier record this stuff. And who knows what Boy Wife is up to. Who knows if Scary Dave's still alive. That man might as well be a ghost whisper on the wind. Well, we had a fun distraction with some mods that, you know... As much as Esther season was like, whatever the hell that was. It was interesting, at least. It tried to do something. I mean, it's a lot easier to write something when you're writing according to the source material, like a mod in the same engine, compared to figuring out how actual writing works. Anyway, let's go. So I wanted to get something off my chest real fast, and that's I mentioned this before probably like 1,000 times, but now this is 1,000 times. I legitimately, right, there's a part of my little baby brain that keeps going to this. If you're going to do a crossover and you're going to swap characters from comparable media or whatever, you can't just repeat and rehash plot beats. You just can't. I'm sorry to tell you, but unless you know how to make those harmonize, all you're doing is you're going to make me go, what the fuck are you doing? Why are these characters sharing this universe? Why are they making these decisions? Because if a plot is driven by its characters, then the decisions are important, which means that their personality shine through in the decisions they make, blah, 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 blah. Let's get going. I snorted suddenly, bringing myself back to the world of the living. Of the waking, sorry. Mostly. I'm pretty sure I was awake. The only thing I could tell, that I could definitely tell, was that forcing my eyes open was like really hard. Reminded me of the one time I got sick and slept for 12 hours straight. Apparently, it was hard not to be exhausted after sleeping that much. At some point, you're just lying to yourself and you get sleepier. Fortunately for me, this class sucks. Fortunately for me, my brain was beginning to shift back into gear, and over the next several minutes, I began... using the same verb there twice in the sentence. This is why run-on sentences are dangerous. They're minefields for making the sentence sound weird. I began to regain mental functionality, which woke me up enough for me to be able to force my eyes... Oh, Jesus Christ, you just mentioned opening your eyes! My God, please, edit your shit. This can be condensed down into one cute little paragraph that makes me go, oh. I was home, somehow. Is home where the hearth is? Have someone just throwing you into the fireplace? The last thing I remembered was Fang and the others talking over me and was falling asleep because of something? It was fuzzy. I was full of carf. I was full of extremely aggressive sedative. Whatever happened, I was clearly utterly laid... What a way to phrase stuff. I was clearly been utterly laid out. Just using two. You're... Motherfucker! Don't use two adverbs! That's too many! Did Mom and Dad come pick me up from school? I wonder if I'd caught a bug and just didn't remember the parts where I was feverish. I certainly had that happen before. Though, usually after I get enough rest, I'm at latest feeling less sick. But at the moment, moving my body at all, I think it's the line break that gets me there. But at the moment, moving my body at all felt like I'd just done a full workout routine at the gym. You're full of sedatives, my man. I tried to sit up, but after grunting with effort and making no progress, I figured I'll deal with the second attempt later. God, I was tired. You're not tired, man. Your body is just... Every muscle is pumped full of numbness. Staring up at the ceiling, it was just barely beginning to be light out. My internal clock strikes once again. Probably a little earlier than I usually wake up, but given the beginnings of daybreak, it isn't too far off. What was weird was that I was on the couch, which I could easily tell from the ceiling above me. Why, I really recommend that you, like, shift this over here, because you're bringing... Again, you're doing the same thing twice, right? And usually, you want to know what smart writers do? They see sentences like these and they go, fuck this shit. I'm throwing it over here where more dimension than this. You go, staring up at the ceiling, I could tell that I was on the couch. It was barely beginning to... And then maybe you talk about the couch, like, why it's weird to be there. I don't know. You want to make your thing feel like an actual train of thought instead of, like, you know... But you don't need this extra sentence. Unless you really want to establish man's on the couch, which by this point, you know, it's going to be self-evident anyway. Like, if your character is on the couch and the couch doesn't contribute anything to the scene, just fucking throw him on the ground. Just stomp on his face. The character won't notice. I managed to push my legs a little bit to shuffle backwards enough to prop my head up into the couch. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just say you push yourself back. I don't know. It's like you're describing an action that doesn't need this detail. This isn't irrelevant. I pushed myself back enough to prop my head on the couch arm so I can look around a bit more without having to fight gravity. You can roll your head, man. Like, I don't know why this is any easier. Also, isn't this more uncomfortable? Now your head is, like, leaning on this extremely tired body. Like, your neck is under stress right now. I had a blanket draped across me. Explains how ceiling extra... You fucking nerd. Wait, I don't have a wing-padded blanket. It's not wing-patterned, it's feather-patterned. It's a wing-shaped blanket. I shifted my head to the side just a little. Well, I couldn't see well because I didn't have my sunglasses on. I could absolutely make out Fang. So you can make out Fang because Fang is a distinct shade of very light green. Lean against the couch, though a left wing draped across my body. Gotta make sure it's the left wing. Gotta be uber clear on that. They were asleep, seemingly having passed out. Seemingly, they're asleep. But they could just, I don't know, maybe, like, isn't the only way to become asleep to pass out? Like, yes, they've passed out, they're asleep right now. I watched them for a long moment, like a creep. I'm entering my creep arc, Fang. The makeup was still missing. Yes, because women clean off their fucking makeup when they go to bed. When a woman goes to bed, she fucking cleans that shit off because otherwise it gets to the pillow. Or in your case, on you. Do you want to be covered in makeup? Like there's just a spot of mascara in your cheek? And I can still spot some misaligned and missing feathers from their elbows and the wing that was draped over me. Even though they looked a bit rough, the mental image of them looking bloodied and sad would certainly stick with you for some time. I was happy that they looked so peaceful snoozing away next to me. I mean, fair enough. Though it probably wasn't very comfortable on the floor. Why are they on the floor? Can't they just kind of lay on top of you in the bed? I shifted. I could spot Reed's shaggy hair beyond Fang, similarly leaned up against the couch. Why doesn't your house have... Why aren't they on the... Does your house have one couch? Who's on the other couch? You're rich. You have 2 couches. What rich family has one couch and no chairs? Like Reed knows how to sleep in a single seater. The man's a pothead. He's done that 1,000 times. On the TV, it was a video game of some sorts. They must have been playing to entertain themselves falsely. Who brought this game? You don't own any. Like, you're not a gamer. Wait, hold on. That mean that Fang and Reed were the one that brought me home? Why are you so judgmental? Why couldn't they just have come over for a sleepover while you were already unconscious? I let out a groan. Man, what the hell happened yesterday? Why did I forget my first time being fucking cooked? I tried to force myself into a sitting position. Made a little bit of progress this time. Moving me slowly getting up, shifted things, Fang, and shrouded them from their slumber as well. I managed to get propped up onto my elbows with some effort as Fang lifted their head and tilted their head and lifted their head and tilted their head and lifted their head and tilted their head and tilted. I'm tilted. I'm fucking tilted. Why do you need both? Why do you need both? These are extremely similarly sounding verbs. And you're just, come on. Say lifted and tilted. That works so much better. Stop this! And unleashed a mighty yawn. Of course, when Fang woke up, very worried about me being absolutely dead, the first thing they're gonna do is gonna... When powerful enough I was concerned that they probably can. Halfway through the event, what? The sympathetic effect kicked in for me and I almost let out a yawn. Inko, you're too stupid to know what that means. Also, you're talking about empathic. Sympathy is if you feel pity for someone. Unless I'm misunderstanding some words. Sympathetic. Expressing empathy... Oh, it is. The really good. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of the parasympathetic system, yeah. The red liquor denoting the part of the autonomous nervous system consisting of nerves arising from the ganglia on the middle part of the spinal cord supplying internal nervous blood. Do those have to do with your fucking yawning? Man, I don't even fucking know. YouTube, can I get a fucking... Why are yawnings contagious? It is in fact called sympathically yawning. How interesting. I learned something today. Certainly strong, but Inko wouldn't know this term is my problem. He might have picked it up, but like, if he's one of those fucking Reddit kids, like, it's out of his brain already. Or some Tumblr kid. Like, it's left him. I finished the gesture. It's not a gesture! You're not doing this to gesture! The motion! The action! And went back to watching Fang slowly pile back on for the day. Isn't it like before your normal rising up time? Like, how early is it? Watching the half-lidded eyes slowly blink, man, that's extremely... Oh, that's so sexy when a woman is, like, completely out of it. She has no makeup on. She's, like, a mess from sleeping on the floor. And she's like... Ugh. That's the sexiest time of any woman's day. Ugh. As the head looked around the room in confusion. It was pretty funny and cute. Says the man who was literally unconscious for 12 hours. You're so funny. Fucking hit him on the head, Fang. Fuck this guy. It made me feel a little better about myself taking so long. I think by this point you should know that wasn't normal, Inko. Like, how completely unconscious are you about your body that you're like, this is normal? You've been to a dentist. You've probably... How do you not know that it's like, this is weird, right? I mean, unless Inko is familiar with sleep paralysis, I don't know why he would be like this. Wait, cute baka, it's not like I like you. I wonder why. It's because you're the protagonist in a dating sim, man. You need to smooch her already. The tarot finally had made it through enough of their wake-up process to focus their eyes on me. They return, and they lock gazes with me, shifting my attention. I don't know what's with this sentence, but I just don't like it. Let me go through this again and see what's wrong with this. The tarot finally made it through enough of their wake-up process for focus to return to their eyes, and they locked gazes with me, shifting my... I don't know what it is, I just don't like the sentence. I'm just very, very specific about this one sentence. I think it's just the linking words don't work for me. Good morning! For some reason, saying that made my stomach feel weird. It's because you're a fucking loser. And so also with that, Fang's eyes snapped wide open. Oh my god, Inko, you're awake? You're not dead? I was gonna harvested your kidneys, man. Seems like it. Though, it feels like I got cinder blocks laying on top of me for how tired I feel. And grunted, trying to sit up more. I would prefer it if he was just flat on the bed and on the couch, and he's just like so out of it. And he's like, "Hey, Fang, I can't sit up. Am I okay?" I would think that's nicer because it establishes some vulnerability for him. In fact, be like, "Oh, you poor little man," and slap his little cheeks and beat the shit out of him while he can't resist. Fang grabbed one of my hands and pulled to... Fang, shouldn't you know that you should not pull up someone who's extremely high on drugs? They're just gonna fall over, and it's gonna be extremely funny. And then turned around and shook Reed enough to wake him... How the fuck do you wake Reed up? What? Reed eloquently asked before I got a yawn, which me and Fang reciprocated. That's not how that works. Like, maybe once. Once our little communion was complete, Reed repeated Fang's process. Oh, Winko, you're up. Yeah. How are you feeling? Really, really tight. Yeah, I bet. So, what happened? The last thing I remember is you guys freaking out after we did finish practice. You know, you finished practice. You didn't do shit yesterday. It was yesterday, right? It's not Tuesday, right? Yeah, you guys were freaking out about something. I don't remember anything else. Fang looked at Reed, and he let out a long sigh as he rubbed the back of his neck. His short answer is I fucked up. What do you mean? Did you shoot me with a tranquilizer dart? I mean, I was aiming for the girl behind you, but yeah. Fang, still holding my hand, pulled me forward and around. Why is she pulling you around? Just fucking drag this man through his own house. As I tried to shuffle, so I was sitting with my legs off the couch. Once I was more normally situated, my hand was... Again, there's something about this writing that is just making me go, stop already. Ugh. I'm still wearing my clothes from yesterday. You're such a fashionista. Makes sense. Not like I expected them to change me. I was becoming eminently aware of how sweaty and sticky I felt. That's probably because you had a traumatic, horrible dream, and you were screaming about how hell was coming to Earth. As soon as Reed explained what happened, I was taking a shower. Look, you know I participate in some recreational stuff, right? Sure. So ever since, obviously smoking at school is stupid, I have some carf in the thermos for, you know, some sort of morning brew. Some people like their coffee, I like my carf. Once it's gone, I just, fill it with water and chug the rest of the day to stay hydrated. Reed continued to explain, his eyes staring off into the distance. Cough? Carfentanil. Some of the, good stuff for dinos, but it's really strong stuff. It's gonna be dangerous for humans to take. Fortunately, I had water in my thermos, and you just had a really, really diluted dose. It's just enough to put you out for a while, but I imagine that Reed probably empties it down, so it's like a couple of drops? But how diluted is carf in its own medium? Because I highly doubt that carf is just people don't drink just the alcohol, right? And when you smoke weed, you inhale a lot of, ambient air with it. You're not just, taking a brick of condensed pot smoke into your lungs. Even heroin is suspended in a medium, right? I'm asking. So when I borrowed your thermos, I drugged myself. Yep. What else happened? I don't remember anything after that. Fang was sitting with somebody next to me, let out a muse. Why isn't this fucking line just on here? Just put this line up here. You don't need the new line. Man, Dweeb, if only you could have seen yourself. What's that supposed to mean? Fang held a hand to placate me. In a defensive gesture, you mean? Nothing bad, just kind of funny. You ever seen those videos of, dogs going post-surgery and they're just No, we're talking about that kid that went completely fucking off the rails. Why are you talking about dogs? We all know that whacked up kid, man. Oh, God. Fang let out a soft laugh. Can't have the non-binary person let out a non-binary laugh. That would be too much to ask of her. We grabbed your phone to find your home address. Reed carried you on his back the whole way. Fucking man's got a back. I mean, to be fair, he's a dinosaur, and Inko is 90% fat. I looked at Reed, who flashed me with a sheepish grin. Ew, I don't need to see that, you gross man. That's the least I could do, man. No way, Fang. Or especially Trish could do it with the power of pure spite. I nodded. Anyway, Reed was using his tail to keep you in place, and you were mostly out, but were mumbling about, so fluffy you could die? Reed snorted a chuckle. I could feel my face getting hot with embarrassment. We got to the entryway, and the butler guy there was less impressed with us, but he recognized you. We explained that you were sick and we were taking you home from school since we were your friends, and he seemed to accept that. He was a bit annoyed when you waved at him and said, "Thanks, Jeeves." Reed's smile grew as you remember the scene. Why don't you just get rid of this line and you just say that Fang and Reed smile? It's way better. Don't have them hide it. Have them just be like straight up, "You're a fucking loser, Inko." Just let them call the man out. Why is Fang being so fucking coy? Just have them smile together. Come on. Once we got inside, we managed to get you in here and laid you out on the couch. Just fucking laid you out, took your wallet, the whole business. I'd have your kidney right here. And she just takes out a whole kidney. You protested originally, mumbling something about "where's my wife" or something like that. Where's my wife? Fang continued, the smile faltering a bit. I think it was, "Where's Olivia? Where are my kids?" Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You may tell yourself, "This is not my beautiful wife." Same as it ever was. And this is the part I was looking for. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was, Mr. Potter. What? I don't have kids. I'm 18. Do I look like I've ever dated or had sex, Fang? I'm a Tumblr loser. I have nothing. Did you date someone named Olivia? Did you date someone named Olivia then? I don't know any Olivia. That's a different game, Reed. Stop being meta. Reed let out a loud cackle and Fang looked relieved. Jesus fucking Christ, shut up. Go to hell. Why the fuck would Fang give a shit about your ex? They noticed I was looking at them and cleared their throat before continuing. Fang is such a fucking wife in this. Fuck off for Chapter 7! Let Fang kick him in the dick! Anyways, you clocked out after that, and I didn't want to leave you here until your parents got home. If anything else, we could explain the situation delicately to them. So Reed got some movies and then streamed some games while we waited. They streamed games? Trish had slapped something together food-wise for us too. Hopefully that's okay. Your whole fridge is just full of breakfast burritos. What the fuck is the deal with that? Do you know what food is, Inko? You can't live off of breakfast burritos, Inko! I'm fine. So, it's about 10. Why is this a new line? Fang nodded. No new line. Just go on. Fuck. What is with these fucking... Ugh, God. Oh. God. This is so flat. It's just enough that it makes me mad. Inko eats orphans for breakfast. Fucking orphan breakfast burritos. Hell yeah. Yeah, about 10, when Trish had to head out, me and Ree told our parents that we were doing study sleepover bullshit just to keep them happy. Figured if your parents showed up, we could just say it was canceled, but, Fang, you do know your dad's gonna kill Inko, or at least extort him for a ridiculous amount of money, right? That's just how that flies. They didn't show up. No. Is that a sticky note on the fridge? Yeah, there's like 10 of them. They're all like, "Hey, Inko, have you considered eating actual human food?" And then they left behind a can of cat food. Do you even have a cat? No, we don't. I'm pretty sure Mom just always whatever. Let's see. Sweetie, business trip again. Food in the pantry for you. Be back Monday. Love, Mom. That's a double quotation. Actually, it's a single quote, right? Because if a character quotes yeah, it will be a double quote. It's a quote of re-quoting something. It's not a single apostrophe, because this is a direct quote. And direct quotes are double commas to me, and thoughts and feelings and paraphrasings are single quotes. Just for me, because it makes it a little clearer what you're doing. Also, you should put a comma here, because you're technically... The sentence is, this is the quote, comma, this is the action. There you go, I said, with a vague wave of my hand. So, they're just gone for the next several days? That's what the note says. Reed looked somewhat confused. Not too much. Don't worry. Reed is on top of everything. But took it at face value. Would he, though? Fang carried an almost subtle look of annoyance. Because Fang is like, God damn it, how am I supposed to propose to you now? All she can think about is marrying me. Because she's a wife. She gets mad when I have exes. Anyway, I guess that explains that. Well, of course, you gotta keep an eye out on you. How are you feeling? Better, I guess. Still pretty wiped out. If I take a quick shower, I could probably walk with you guys to school. Reed said, dropping onto the couch next to me. You need to take a day off and recover, man. That stuff definitely hit you pretty hard yesterday. My frown intensified. I'm not going to be tardy, Reed. I'm Inko. Yeah, I gotta put it together, Reed. Inko, come on. Why are we... Why are you like this? Why are we making a big deal out of the fact that Inko... I mean, to be fair, the big problem is that Reed forgot about this stuff. Shouldn't he know? Shouldn't he be like, oh, actually, he would have like the kind of resistance where he's like, man, I wouldn't even notice if someone just put like 2 drops in there, but he would die instantly. They can poison my food. But it's like that Sicilian gambit, right? Where it's like, I immunize myself to all, whatever it was. I don't know. It's so dumb. No, he's right. I fucked up in a major way. It was lucky it was diluted. If it wasn't for that, it would have been a straight shot to the hospital to get his stomach pumped. Carve's real fucking bad for humans. Why did he get affected so quickly? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It takes a hot minute for food to make it through your stomach. Like, your stomach doesn't absorb that many nutrients, all things considered. So unless it's a really potent dose and, like, his stomach wall can't destroy it. Like, I don't know, man. Pot brownies are... Like, the reason pot brownies are so dangerous is... People take them and they're like, these ain't shit, and they take more, and then they just get... Because your stomach is not that fast. No, Inko is staying at his own house, and these 2 motherfuckers somehow managed to sneak their way in. I was really mad at him, but seeing Reed upset like that of all people, still hit. I forgot. I can't do this. I need to get this fucking overlay out of here. Get out of here. It's getting in the way of my text. I need to figure something out for this one. Secondary overlay that kind of accounts for that. I'll make myself scarce. I'll talk to Spears for you when I get to school. At least I could do it for... No, shouldn't his parents be informed? I don't know what to tell you, Reed. You can't go to school and, like, be like, oh, well, don't worry, Principal Spears, I drugged him. His parents are getting called either way, Reed. Unless Inko has to make this call, right? I don't see how Reed could solve this problem for you unless Reed has pull. Man got clout. See you at school, Fang? I'll be alright. You probably shouldn't skip class. I'm Inko. I'm a giant loser. I can't be tardy. I have perfect attendance because I'm a nerd. Stared at me for a moment before also standing. Sure. I'm sure I'll get a shower and then enjoy the day off. And when my parents show up mad that I'm high on cough, I'll probably won't even feel hitting the ground when they kick me out the window. Fang grabbed their bag, stood and stretched, and then headed for the door. A quick glance back as if to check me, and then the 2 were gone. Who's the 2? I'm just saying. Can't just imply it. I needed to take a shower. This is like the 4th fucking time you've brought it up. Just take the shower already. Get changed. Yes, we know. I'm so mad. I know he didn't mean it, but goddamn it, Reed! I kept grumbling to myself for a few more minutes before the immediate anger petered out. Goddamn, you're such a loser. Sucking in a long breath, I held it for a moment, then exhaled. I was surprised. I thought you were just going to keep it in your lungs for the rest of your life. What is this writing? What are we fucking doing here, right? I don't give a shit. Like... Nico really wants a shower, otherwise the demon pulls him back into his PV with League of Legends installed. Whatever, I can deal with it later. For now, I need to get back up and get cleaned up. It's kind of implied you're going to get up if you're going to get cleaned up, unless you're planning to roll over to your bathroom. I pushed myself off the couch and on them. Why didn't you just ask them to help you? Immediately, I felt a sense of vertigo paired with a sense of weakness in my legs. I fell back down onto the couch. Alright, fine. I'll relax a little bit more on the couch to let the rest of that out of my system. The that I get up and actually do something for my day. Hands come by, the door buzzed, rousing me from my sleep. I thought you were relaxing. I was in a deeply unpleasant position with my legs and hips up on the couch, my face on the floor, and one hand draped over the back of my head. What are you doing, man? I lifted my head. Judging by the sun's position, it was after. Man, what the fuck is that carve doing to your system, Inkar? You're just dead. Crap! I slept literally through the entire... How short do you stay up in the evening, man? Intercom buzzed again. I tried to push myself off the ground, but most of the joints in my body screamed in protest. Still need to answer the call. Crawling my way over to the front door on all fours, I scrapped. I don't know how I feel about you. Don't do this. Like I don't like how this guy keeps doing like a verb, and it's all like action verbs in sequence, and it's like I get it, you have a very nice vocabulary, but can you just have the character do the fucking thing? I don't care about the sequence of events that lead to things that aren't the fucking plot. Just say that it's a weird, awkward wobble over to the intercom. It's good enough. This is too much detail. Mr. Nito, there's a Fang and the gang here to see you. Shall I let them out? I like how the intercom rings up the doorman. That's weird. What is up with these people? Inko has a bad trip and Olivia materialized in his house. A canon event's happening. Yeah, I mean, he mentioned Olivia, so he might have summoned her if he said the name one more time. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Very good. So they go out momentarily. This is why you tip him. Because he remembers Fang and the gang. The line clicked off, and I took a breath, pushed away from the roll. I my joint popped at the same time. I think another thing that makes this so much harder to read is that so much of it is new lines. Like, stop! This is one paragraph! What is this obsession with having everything on a new fucking line? I clicked the lock open. No, you clicked the door open. Why does your door lock? Who locked the door? You were on the bed. They closed the door behind them. Who locked the door? And then hobbled my way over to the kitchen. I hadn't eaten in almost a full day, and it was beginning to catch up with me. Nothing to absorb all that shit in your system, man. The note said there was stuff in the pantry, but I opened the line out of sight. Random assortment of bits and pieces. But hardly anything could be called food. What in God's name is toothpaste? Hair gel? Why is this in the fridge? I like how your parents have me spices. So you gotta keep them around, you know? Awesome, thanks for real fucking helpful there. I'm going to push you out a fucking window. I'm losing my shit. I'm already mad at Reed. I'll be mad at you too. Probably some frozen burritos in the freezer. How do you have... A knock at the door. A knock at the door! The lock at the door has changed. Roused me from... So they knocked on the door, and it doesn't just open? Doesn't your front door open inwards? Why does your door have a handle? In most apartments I've ever fucking been in, right? Your door doesn't have a handle. You open it with the key. When it's open, it's open. Because why the fuck would you put a handle in an apartment? Other people walk through that hallway to your house. You lock it. And it doesn't have a handle. What is with you Americans? You're fucking creepy. I'm gonna leave my door open. Oh, don't worry. My garage doesn't lock. And you can come in through the side. People are fucking crazy. It's an apartment complex. I know that it's a nice one, but shouldn't that mean that you get a lock because it's nice? Oh my god. Also, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of a doorman if anyone can walk up to your door and open it? I don't know, man. This is like a weird piss Princess P detail. I think it's an American thing we're just too European for. Americans don't just love having unlocked doors all over the place. Yeah, I got a back door, I got a front door, I got a door in my garage, I got a door up in my bedroom that directly opens above my bed so someone can strangle me from above without me ever noticing. I don't lock any of them, because why should I? I live in a nice neighborhood. How can bad people get into a nice neighborhood? Gated? No, you can just drive on here from the I-15. I'm safe. The police will never suspect a man who can open my door without picking the lock. Jesus. I'm not even kidding. Like, the thing with the garage door is apparently super fucking common. Like, breaking into an American house is apparently just fucking easy as shit. If you can't just break in through those shit wooden walls they have. Awesome. Thanks, Mom. Real help for that. It's open, I yelled. The door was quickly clicked. Oh, why? And I leaned back to see my... Why does it click? What kind of locking mechanism do you have that it clicks? It just goes... Just goes sh. To be fair, USA also have a second domain for this deterrence for bad people. You go into the house when all the lights are off. They're all asleep. Just hit him in the head with a hammer. You know what a shotgun's really bad for? Shooting around a corner. There's a reason why when you go into a house in SWAT procedures, checking corners is like a whole fucking thing. Sure enough, it was Fang and the gang. Just call them Worm Drama. They're a band. Come on, they have a name. Don't call them the Dino Gang. That's technically all 8 major characters in Goodbye Volcano High. Technically 6. It expands to Naomi and to the other one. Technically 5, because Rosa gets invited later in the story. It's 5 people, then it's 6, then it's... I don't know if Naomi and Nasser are invited at the same time. But it's a... All I'm saying is the Dino Gang is a weird fucking name and actually grows, and it's kind of interesting that they do something with that instead of just being like, this is just these people. It's a weird bit of dynamic energy that group has that I kind of like. Because so many of these fucking games are like, no, this is the friend group, no one will be introduced, no one will make any friends once we're past chapter 2. Here's Ben, here's Damien, here's Liz, here's Mia, here's everyone. You know everyone in the story, fuck you, no one gets introduced, this is the friends. And I hate it. It's so lame. Think about it, right? In Wani first chapter 1, you meet Ben, you meet Liz. Now, Liz you meet a little later, but she's implied to exist. She's kind of in the background, and it also kind of feels like they were trying to make chapter 1 done and just couldn't get Liz's assets to work quite nicely. But we even meet Mia. We meet Ben. We meet Damien. Olivia and Liz show up, I think, at chapter 2. So, like, in 2 chapters, everyone's already introduced. And I get it, but it does remove some of that dynamic energy of these are people that met in high school and just kind of drift closer together and all that stuff. Although, admittedly, it's half because the friend group that we're talking about is like... Remember this. The Wani friend group is 2 people living in the same house and one of those people's dates. Like, what a shitty friend group. Also, I still don't know why Liz likes Damien. Other than that, like, she has to wrangle that guy 94% of the time. Ugh. Anyway, the guys show up. I don't know why you couldn't just fast forward to after school the next day if he's gonna be this fucking dead. Like, they just took the... I don't know. Why you don't look dead? Trisha with an unimpressed look. I don't appear to know. I looked over at them. Trish held out 2 plastic bags of stuff. Why did you bring more coffins to my house? Want to see how much you can take before you die. Fang began to poke through the drawers for something. Reed idled by the door for a moment, looking at a place. After a moment, he coughed. And then for a moment, he coughed again. Then after a moment, all right, I'll get out of your way, he announced. After a moment, and took a step towards the door. For a moment. Go to hell. Just go to hell with your dumb bullshit. Stop. Stop. Stop the... Alright, I'll get out of your way. Just... In whose way? Where do you think you're going? Home? We just got here, Reed! I don't want to make Inko uncomfortable. You might think that I'll stab him with this loaded syringe of heroin. Are they really robbing the place? So far it's been described... Yeah, I mean... It does kind of sound like they're coming in here just to take a shit. Showed up with 2 bags. They're just poking through drawers. Reed is keeping an eye on the door. I like how Inko has nothing to say about this. They're just doing this. Uncomfortable. What? What's the problem? He's here to help. Trish asked, her tone blunt and exuberating the headache. I didn't realize I had until the moment. Because it showed up because the writer realized maybe I should have a hangover. I let out a groan and pinched at my temples. Why don't you say that and then you mention the headache? I'm just saying, man, if you're gonna show and tell show first, tell second. I know what you guys are doing it, but I'm not on the mood. Stop taking my silverware! That's made of platinum. It's really expensive. Dad'll be so mad with me. He won't even notice because he never eats it, but he'll be mad. I mean, you could probably steal the TV and they wouldn't notice. Fang stopped rummaging through the drawers in the kitchen. Like, what is in those drawers? Cutlery? And Trish stopped halfway with pulling stuff out of the bags. What was that supposed to mean? Trish, I've been in bed all day and I haven't eaten or drank anything. I have a headache and literally everything hurts right now. I don't know what it is. Well, I'm happy you guys see it. I'm not in the mood. Please stop playing Jeu de Boule in my living room. I know it's big. Reed's face fell and Trish got mad. No, fuck you. What? Yeah, Reed fucked up. We know that already. Didn't he apologize? Why is Trish like this? Yeah, but what the hell's your problem, Morn? It was an honest mistake. Sure, he had drugs that could literally fucking kill you. He carried your ass all the way home and stayed with you all night to make sure you were okay. Yeah, you have the right to be upset, but you don't get to be an ungrateful little shit when he's making an honest effort to make up for it. Is he? You're making up for it. You brought these bags of mysterious goodies. Reed shrunk back a little towards... Why is Reed like this? Since when is Reed like this? Rita's mostly been kind of you know. He just gave you a little poison, you know. He just put a little cyanide in your drink. That's considered a polite thing to do. He was sharing his goods for free. Inko, you should be grateful for being drugged. He's been beating himself up all day over this and managed to talk me into coming over here and cooking you up. Trish can't barbecue episode? He even talked to Spears, got the whole thing sorted out with your absence. I don't know how the fuck he did that. Spears technically should be calling your parents, like, right the fuck now, because that's super fucking suspicious. But whatever. Andy brought you your math homework. How is that nice? I looked away from her and looked at Reed. Then I looked at her, then I looked at Reed. Then I looked at the floor, then I looked at the ceiling, then I turned around and looked again. He had some pretty bad bags under his eyes. He looked almost... Why does he have bags? He slept at your house! I was sleeping pretty fucking good earlier. He feels bad. He feels so bad that he had 2 bad nights of sleeping at school. He apologized. He's trying to make up for not good enough. Then you're not worth the time. Then fucking leave already, Trish. You're lucky that Inko is a fucking doormat. Anna would have told you to leave by now. Waiting for my response. God, my head hurts so much. I want to grab a bottle and hit her over the head with it. I continued to squeeze my temples from others, and then I let my hand drop. I looked at Fang. Because all we're doing is looking. Like, I'm getting mad at myself for using it too much. Again, just have characters do shit. We're in his POV. He looks at stuff. We see what it is. Clayton and I want to exacerbate the situation. Then I looked back at Reed. Jesus! Stop! Please! Yeah, I mean, what he did was pretty fucked up, but, I mean, kind of, like, he didn't know. Like, it wasn't even a conscious act. That's kind of, like, the dampening factor. It was an accident. He definitely wasn't trying to do anything to me. I mean, there's no way to prove that, but hey. It was dumb and pretty irresponsible, but I've made mistakes, too. I've also drugged my fellow man. I once fed a man a whole stick of heroin. Don't know how that happened. That's a treat. Shit. God damn it, I'm so pissed about this. Looking at Reed. Reed slept like a rock at Inko's, which basically is a palace compared to... Yeah, man, that man could sleep on the floor and get better rest than he does at home. Persian silk. Looking at... Stop looking! Looking at Reed as it was then. Looking... God damn it! Stop! I'm losing my mind! More worn down than I'd ever seen him. If everything else Trish was saying was accurate, then I... wasn't really sure what else I could expect from the guy. I took a deep breath, closed my eyes, and held it for a moment. Then I suffocated and died because the cough made me incapable of telling how much hypoxia I was suffering from. I needed to calm down. Trish is ranting, you asshole, not you. Letting it out, I returned my hand to pinching my temples, trying to hold it. You're not succeeding, man. You will look. We got a real looky-loo over here. Fine, Reed. I apologize. You messed up, but like Trish said, you already apologized. I apologize. Everyone apologizes. I think we should sit down and talk about it later, but for now, I lifted my head and looked him in the eyes. He was watching me intently. Holy shit, he wasn't looking? What incredible. Incredible. Reed's a fucking god among men. Also, I would like to point out, holy fucking shit, so many of these goddamn sentences start with I. I don't want to hold it over you, but I just really don't feel good right now. Also, Trish, you get high on shit all the time. Why are you so mad at someone who's obviously hungover? It's cool, man, you're right. I gotta make it up to you somehow, Reed said, rubbing his arms, giving a weak smile. But for now, let us help you, right? Trish was still snorting defiantly as if she wasn't convinced I was willing to bury the hatchet. What hatchet? You weren't that mad! Like you were mad after they left. How would... Fang just slowly nodded in approval of the idea. All right. I just need to take a shower, I said. Yeah, you do. I can smell you from across the room. Rude, but fair. There was a brief pause, then a scowl morphed. You got a fucking anamorph over here into a grin. Just being honest with you, stinko. That is not going to be a nickname, I said. Nerd. No, actual Inko would say, like, that's not nice. Sorry, it happened. Derisive nicknames come up when you have 5 siblings. She said with a dismissive way before going back to the stuff in the bags. 5? Yeah, 5, that's what I said. Now go wash yourself before you stank contaminates the ingredients. Trish said, once again, where are you leaving me to shoe? Ingredients. Inko. The voice Trish used activated my fight or flight or freeze or fawn response in my brain. There's also a fornicate response, but we don't talk about that. It sounded freakishly like the times my mom would say my name when I was in trouble. Your mom gave enough of a shit about you to say your name when you were in trouble? Damn! Luxurious compared to normal Inko. I retreated down the hallway to where my room was. I got a change of clothes. I changed, then I got in the shower. Very bad order of operations. Like Anon putting on his backpack before his jacket. My normal yet comfortable stylish style as per usual. I ducked into the bathroom and locked her. Why didn't they take off your jacket, though? Would they at least have taken off your jacket? That feels like a very normal thing to do for someone when you take him home. It's like, here, take his shoes off and his jacket, you know, because otherwise they get all musty and get it on the couch. It was weird taking a shower while I had visitors. Something about my brain highlighted the way that was wrong, but I was afraid of listening any more anger for Trish for the day. Could just be the fact that she wasn't having visitors at all. I was kind of worried that someone would break into my bathroom and take a picture of my weenie. I don't know why, but it just kept haunting me the whole way through. When I put the shampoo in, when I washed it out, when I put the soap on, when I put it out. When I took the shave, my little electric razor, and remember that I'm completely bald. Scarcely worried someone would break in and take a looky-loo. Best normal Inko was a strongly worded sticky note and a few pictures of Rich. Trish, I can't get mad at you, but I can give you 2 Benjamins and a strongly worded letter. Just like Benjamin would have done. Hopped into the shower, and immediately warm water began to soothe the aches of the horrendous sleep I'd had. Ingredients, though? I guess that yeah, oh my god, she said so! That'd be, honestly, a really nice gesture. I wasn't sure if they were any good at cooking, but as hungry as I was... Inko! Your parents have never cooked for you! What are you talking about? But honestly, as I was starting to feel, I'll probably be satisfied with a well-cooked brick. You live in an apartment complex. It's not made out of bricks. How would you know? After a nice, but reasonable, add-on, Inko fucking environmentally conscious. I exited the bathroom and deposited dirty clothes in my hamper before returning to the living area, and holy crap, it never smelled that good. But that's just my new deodorant. The actual food smells like shit. Trish, you're not welcome anymore. Transforms into Paul Broly. Wow, that smells really good. What is... Oh my god, you weren't kidding me. He has multiples of the same outfit. Trish wheezed with a grin on her face. Fang was resisting the urge to laugh with her, and Reed managed to maintain a respectable sense of composure. I think Reed just doesn't care. I could tell he thought it was funny too, though. Empath Inko! Yeah, you're just jealous. I sniffed at Trish. I don't need to shower. I have Axe body spray. Ew! Jealous, yeah, I can't believe you bought into the suede style. She said with one of them, whatever, go sit. Fang and I'll worry about the food. Remember, because Fang is non-binary, but she's still a girl! She's still a wife! She still gets mad over your exes. Because that's how women work! She's not normal. She's a woman. She's the political gender. I waited for a second before nodding. Motherfucker, just... excellent timing. If he didn't wait a second, I wouldn't fucking believe he was nodding. I would have just stopped right there. I was so mad if he didn't wait a second first. God damn it. Perfect. God! People get that so wrong. I was like, I just not... No! You need to wait a second. You need to tell me this completely superfluous detail that no one fucking cares about. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? Don't tell me you're waiting. Tell me why you're waiting. What are you communicating to us? What is the point? Are you upset? Are you thinking it over? Goddamn! I worked my way over to the couch. It's a rich man's house. You can just walk. You're not working your way over anywhere. For a few minutes, I watched Trish and Fang work. Trish was stirring something while making small talk with Fang. I couldn't hear anything specific, but it was fun to... It was fun to watch 2 women in the kitchen, you know, like a good old-fashioned chauvinist. Ah, Reed, I do like my women in the kitchen having small talk about how they like their husbands. And Reed is just like, man, that car fucked you up bad, huh? Fang and Trish, goddamn. Fang and Trish had found apron. Why are we doing this? Oh my god, you asshole! What are you doing? Oh, I'm losing. Okay, listen, I'm on the brink of fuck. Oh god, why is Fang wearing an apron? If they're still non-binary about things, why is Trish wearing one? Trish wouldn't fucking care. Oh my god. Ooh. Is this just because you wanted the right house spouse? Is this just because you wanted the right house? minute. God damn it! Fuck! Apron Fong outfit? What are we talking about? Pen is mightier than the sword all along. Dude just died. Sure did. I was lost in thought watching them work together as a team, prepping the food, whatever it was. Seemed like they'd done this before. Like, part of the reason why I'm okay with Olivia doing this is Olivia, like, she eats like fucking crazy, and I could imagine that she's making the food half for herself, you know? She's making food because she likes making food. She's like, God damn it, I'm bored. This man needs to eat. I might as well go for it. You know, because he's sick. And here it's like, I guess they were super, like, why? Are they offended by fucking breakfast burritos? I don't get it. It's so, like, you're trying to force this scene in a really weird way. None of these characters are known as cooks. None of these characters are known as cooks. Why are they cooking? Why don't they just order some fucking pizza? I can see these losers ordering pizza. I can't see them cooking for you. Maybe Trish, but not Fang. Has Fang ever cooked in this? I don't know. But it's not what I think about with Fang. Letting stuff do every day. Fang was a good sous chef because she's a housewife inside. Of course, Trish was in charge of the process. I like the idea of establishing their hierarchy, but like, come on, man. I roused from my thoughts when Reed spoke up. Hey man, it's mind if I sit? You've just been fucking standing there this whole time? Sit down! He was gesturing at the other side of the couch I was sitting on. Yeah, that's fine. We sat in awkward silence because we're men, and men don't talk. Men are boring. They have nothing to add to the conversation. Women yap. Men. Men have deep discussions about microwave nuggies. Fang can't cook unless... Yeah, the microwave nuggies are the thing, right? A glutton, but not a gourmand. We sat in awkward silence as Trish and Fang continued to work away in the kitchen. After a few minutes, Reed faked a cough and drew my attention back to him. So, I know I said it before, but seriously, I'm sorry for what happened. To be totally fair to you, it's totally fair for you to be angry. Fang was trying to lighten the mood with telling you about your trip, but I get that probably just make you mad. Reed proceeds to hide Sage in the fridge. Why not? Yeah! Wouldn't it be cute if we brought Sage into this? Just like have it here. Here's a character that everyone always forgets about that's known for cooking. We're bringing him in. We're bringing in the reinforcements. Here you go. Here you go, Anon. I brought my gender unspecified character to cook for you. You can make the same house spouse thing joke. I don't know. And with Sage, I could kind of see Fang and Trish cooking. Because it's like Sage probably wants to be a sous chef, you know, has that energy. Like, let's do this, gang. And everyone gets caught up in the whirlwind of things. Anyway, as Asuka's time was fiddling with his hands, that's because he needs his next fix. There's nothing to do with him being guilty. I was mad, yes, but didn't want to see Reed... Don't you mean you want to look Reed upset like that? It's fine, Reed. Like Trish said, you didn't mean anything. Oh, this is serious. He said, planting both of his hands on my shoulders. And he started shaking me around, hoping money would fly out. It was a big fuck-up on my part. That could have gone very differently. You could have been on a stomach pump, and they still would have had to cook. You're a friend, man. The idea of coming that close just kind of freaked us all out. Trish was trying to force things to be normal and cover for me, but she was a mess yesterday, too. I nodded. So, like, I get you being mad. You can continue being mad at me, and I get it, but I just want you to understand this will never happen again. The next time I'll kill you, so that there's no proof and evidence and no one can sue me. I'm sorry. I can't take the risk. The way he said it, the look he was giving me, told me it was definitive. I let out a sigh. Listen, Reed, I got a shotgun under the couch. I'm just gonna have to pull the trigger on this. Alright, Reed, I'll trust you on this. I just don't want my finding out that, you know, or the school for that matter. It's honestly kind of weird that they need to make a call about this and you could phone in for me. I'm just saying it's super fucking weird. We're not family. You shouldn't be allowed to do that in my place without someone getting called. I mean, I guess reaching my parents is difficult, but wouldn't that just make the situation more suspicious? Wouldn't they call me? Reed nodded, but leaned back, scratching at the back of his head. Can't do much about the second thing, unfortunately. Why not? A lot of dudes saw you hauling out, dude. There were already rumors circulating new skinny can't handle a scarf or whatever. I pushed my hands under my sunglasses, pressed my palms to my eyes, and groaned. Fantastic! That definitely won't be an issue later or anything. I talked to... So at this point, they probably know. Wouldn't Spears be more... Like, how, man? How did your parents not get called? Why was Reed trusted with this? Like, I know that Reed has some degree of respect among his people, but come on! He seemed understanding, and I got several sessions of campus beautification for kidnapping you out of school, which is like, the last thing people saw was me hauling you off, and they have no proof you actually went home. Like, to all Spears knows, your organs have been harvested. Which is probably light for poisoning a fellow student, but Spears does seem to prefer rehabilitation. Ah, yes, you've willingly, knowingly, and saying it while licking your lips and making sexual innuendo killed several students. I think rehabilitation is the answer. Jail? No, he won't kill someone else. Let's kill you. Yeah, I was just having fun. Rabbit like a dog. Bad enough. Thanks, Reed. Anytime, man. Seriously, anytime. He patted me on the shoulder and then scooched away. Or did he smooch away? To give me some room. If he stuck to what he said, and I think I could trust him on that, then I guess I would consider the matter settled. Dude, I have gigabytes of Spears slamming students into the concrete, and I was like, man, imagine the PTA meetings after YouTube gets a few of them, huh? I like that. That's such a stupid explanation. Alright, food's done. Okay, Inko, this one's for you. I poisoned it. It's full of carf. You're going to die, and then we can just fucking go on with our lives already. And Trish and Fang is like, Trish! And she's like, listen, Fang, it's for better for you. Skinny can't hold his carf. And I got up and walked over to the dining room table where the wives were laying out down the plates. It was a pretty simple dish, but it looked and smelled great, you know, because women can cook. Even if they make fucking microwave nuggets. How-made mashed potatoes, some kind of greens, corns, and steak. Hold up, Trish. I know what you are. Where's the watermelon and chicken? Dude, who the fuck eats watermelon and chicken at the same time? Gross. I just want my watermelon chicken. I heard it's really good. That sounds so gross. Because, like, chicken is a fairly sturdy meat and chewy, and watermelon is so light. Can you imagine putting those together? You got this flavorless shit and then this really sweet watery chicken. Oh, fuck. Disgusting myself. I'm sure someone made it work as a gag, but... Ugh. You can cook steak? Why wouldn't I be able to? Just because I don't eat it doesn't mean I don't know how to prepare food. I'm pretty sure I boiled out all the parasites. Also, it's cow meat, which is a lot safer, I think. You think every Herbie in the restaurant industry just drops dead if they touch meat? Well, no, I'm just surprised you bothered to learn it. Like, who the fuck are you cooking for? Your family is herbivores, Trish. When did you bother learning this? It's called home ec, Inko. You could probably learn a thing or two about. Isn't that weird to go to home ec? No, I'm talking about putting chicken with the watermelon. I'm not saying fry your watermelon. I'm saying both. Murder your capacity for culinary experiences. Besides, I've cooked these two before. And I won't be as good as that fancy stuff at school or whatever caviar shit you probably eat at home normally. But I think it turned out good. Oh man, but I love my caviar shit. My parents always buy me a whole tin can of it. They always say, Inko, you gotta be careful. Only 1 teaspoon of caviar at breakfast. I always take an extra one when I get away with it. Reading thanks out the tans of the strips of meat that have been prepared. Trish was sampling the greens with a satisfied look on her face. I plunged my fork into a strip of meat and popped it into my mouth. I could tell it was a cheap cut of meat, but whatever seasoning Trish had used was really working for it. I find it impressive that someone like Trish, who's pretty poor, right, would just share money with someone over a meal. I don't know, it makes it weirder the longer I think about it. Man, when's the last time I had something home cooked? I'm pretty sure no one's ever used anything in this house for cooking. I said absentmindedly with a contented sigh. It's real nice, actually. I finished eating my moles and lead to get another when I realized the trio had stopped eating and was staring at me. What? What? What do you mean? With what? About the last time I had something home cooked. Can't have been that one. When was the last time you brought groceries? I ordered some before, but though not in the last day since I was out in like, actual groceries, Inko. I wasn't sure that I'd ordered anything for myself outside of delivery. Mom and Dad generally ordered stuff to stock the fridge and pantry, but I wasn't that good with cooking. And they never cooked anymore anyway, so I shrugged. What is fried watermelon? Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's mostly watery, it's kind of a really dry thing, right? Ugh. A husky thing, very, very brittle. No wonder half the shit here was rotted. Also, if you put oil on that oh my god, all the water. Jesus. No wonder half the shit here was rotted. Trish grumbled, looking baffled. Are your parents really just never home? You stopped showing who was just staring. I mean, not really, I guess. They're always away on business trips like this one. You get used to it. Why are you saying you? Just say I got used to it. Said that, but there was a hurt feeling in my chest. That's the heart attack. The carf is hitting you. You should call a doctor. I get I feel Mom's always working, and I gotta help take care of the little monsters I call my siblings. Still puts food on the table. I can't hate her that much. Yeah, but remember last year when you got sick? Your mom actually picked you up and took you home, though. Mostly because she would have been called by Child Protective Services, and she would have been out for 6 kids by that point. Just expression of understanding only melted away. When was the last time you actually spent time with your parents? When was that? Was it, wait, I had a brief conversation with Dad before going to bed then. I think he mostly asked me if I still knew the last 4 numbers of his credit card, but that's about it. Maybe he was a ghost. Guess where we moved to? Honestly, this is pretty normal. I think the only times we actually sit down and do stuff together is on the holidays. Mom will sometimes even cook us something then. Christmas. So, doesn't that imply... you showed up in the middle of the year, so it's like January, February. You talked to your parents last 2 months ago? Ew. That's kind of weird. So, I take it those notes weren't brought with you when you moved... Ugh. So I take it those notes weren't brought with you when you moved? No, I always tell Mom she's wasting paper when she writes a new one each time, but, What the actual fuck? God, Inko, you actually live here completely alone? My wife's senses are tingling. Because I'm a woman, Inko, and I'm here to date you and marry you. I have no personality outside of wanting to take care of you. And I get it. That is kind of core to Fang, but it just feels weird at Chapter 7. Man, does Inko just sound like a big loser, but not in a way that makes his masculine... the weird part is, right, is all of this makes Inko look like a loser without actually attacking any traditionally masculine traits. Even though the whole point of the original game is that he's a fucking weirdo and a loser. And he's talking about analyzing people's facial expressions like a goddamn autist. It's so weird. Yeah, I felt lonely and actually wanted to feel like I mattered to my parents. And I felt lonely and I wanted to feel. But seeing my friends get angry at the reality of somehow made me feel worse. I'm just feeling a lot right now. I'm very feels-based. The mood is the vibe is very feelsy. Chris was working herself up into some kind of grumbling rant while Reed was attempting to wrangle her in. Just to avoid annoying the neighbors. Fang was staring at me, looking conflicted. Are you okay, Annie? I groaned, squeezing my hands to my head. I don't know what to do. You're still dealing with a fucking headache, dude. It's fine. Bullshit. We're your friends. You can talk to us. I guess it wasn't very convincing. It's just that they're always gone for work. When I start to think about how I barely see Lil interact, sometimes I wonder if anyone cares at all. It's like I just exist as their progeny. I guess that angle's really good for getting him and Fang to talk, Because Fang is my parents suck, but they're there. Which even Olivia doesn't have her parents around. She has the Paynes, but they're proxy. And they both get adopted by the Paynes. So, all I'm saying, right, I'm just going to put my little paws down. If you really wanted to, you could say that Inko and Olivia are technically step-siblings, and it's an incest story. Because they're both adopted by the Paynes by proxy. I'm gonna let that sink in, so you can all hate me, and... Perfect time for the song to loop. Incest 20. All I have is my jacket and my bank account, a pile of money. None of these things can take care of me. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Wait, I can buy love. And then a hooker shows up. Wincest. As we all know, Inko and Olivia are not just incest, they're wincest because it's Wani and they won. They won the game. If anyone relays that information to the Wani Snoot Discord, I will fear for my life. Don't worry, they're just step siblings. It's not real. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Trish's rant paused, and all eyes were on me again. You were talking. You were the one talking. Why is her rant paused? My headache and turmoil of feelings intensifies. Man, the last day really sucked. I have a right to it, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't work so much. The logical part of my brain knew that Trish was probably right. And Trish clearly had some experience in the vacant parents things as well, but the emotional part of it, twisting itself inside with everything going on, wasn't convinced. Yeah, considering that Fang is like the one who has a friend that has absent parents, would relate with Inko a lot better. There's a lot of funny parallels that I kind of like. What about me? What about me? As soon as the words left my mouth, I snapped my mouth shut and frowned. God, that sounded pathetic. Because you are. Before my thoughts could twist themselves up any further, Fang pushed away from the chair and pulled me into a hug. Oh my God, we hugged the gate. I'm sorry, we hugged the tarot hot girlfriend, partner, non-gender specified friend. A heartbeat later, Trish and Reed joined in. Pretty sure they're breaking relativistic speeds to make it across the table, but like that enthusiasm. Well, that was always the way to work, but I know what she's doing and what she does to provide for us. Hell, look around. I don't think your parents would set you up in such a nice place or able to afford designer clothes. Weird fancy sandwiches they didn't. That's why they work so... Shut the fuck up, Trish! You'd say your parents have so much money, why can't they take some fucking time off for once? The whole everything of it was too much. I can't stop. I can't cry. I'm crying now. We're chapter 7 and we're having the emotional high note of the story. What? It's a little early. The trio tried to hold me for a few minutes longer before Reed was the first to break away. Trish followed suit immediately after, but Fang got on to me for another minute. Why wasn't Trish first? Because I guess Trish is more relatable, even though Reed is more in the emotional situation of like I need to compensate. Figure got together, right? I nodded, and Fang finally let go. I settled back into my seat, wiping my eyes with my suede jacket. That was pretty embarrassing, but weirdly, I feel better now. Oh, you don't? That's the Carfs talking. And the meal. Thanks, guys, really. Just friends are for it, right, Shades? I guess it was. Alright, we're gonna finish this before it gets cold. You're a herbivore. You're used to cold food. He's returning to his seat. We all agreed and returned to the rest of our food in silence because the author is done and we have nothing to say. The author is too terrified of writing and we just had some small talk. Once the food was sorted, Trish insisted that we get at least a little bit of study. Why would Trish tell you to study? Fang groaned, but opened their backpack and pulled out the homework, including mine. You brought my homework? Yeah, Reed brought you... Jesus Christ! Obviously, Dweeb, can't if you flunking out on us. What is happening? Meanwhile, Reed opened his backpack and pulled out a games console. You don't mind if I said... I thought he was... Did he take... What? Did he ever take... You don't mind if I set this up, do you, hombre? We're about to start studying, but I'm immediately setting up my fucking console! No? Sweet. You're done with all your homework already? Oh, done with all your homework already, Reed? The accounts as marriage. Need to link our bank accounts now. Goddamn. Fang's a gold digger. I will not sing the lyrics as much as I want to. I hate that they neutered that song for syndication. Fuck you. That song's so nasty. Forget you. No. Fuck them. Yeah, man. I'm just there for more support and giving you guys the answers if you need them. It was a tempting offer. I'm gonna fast forward because I'm honestly, my shit is lost and I want to die. That bad dweeb. Dreaded English. I don't understand a thing he says. But isn't he a teacher in America? Like, doesn't he just give you some random assignments and you just kind of look shit up? Why do you have, like, What do you mean deciphering it? Do you just raw remember what he said? What are you... I'm losing my mind. I'm honestly on the brink of like, Jesus, what a chapter to come back to. Naomi came with me. Oh, of course Naomi came to you. There we go. We're going back to the actual plot that's happening. Great. Instead of doing gushy shit that makes me mad. I hate when characters develop. Want some speedrun in this video? He watched that video by Summon Insult. Looked way different than the technique breakdowns. So much it didn't recognize. Yeah, that's what speedruns are like, buddy. It's like really sad. Eiko, you gotta get some real culture in you. Has them play one of the most mainstream fucking shooters ever. Goddamn. That's not culture, Reed. He's a normie now. Oh, poor Inko. Also, it's old. Because Add-on knows it's probably very old. Ugh. No, but it's culture. It's an old fucking game, man. Why aren't you playing the Anniversary Edition? You get to swap between the graphics. Because the old one's so fucking cheap, you can load it on anything. Oh, they're playing multiplayer at that. How the fuck are the old Rock Ring servers still active? Are most people on, like, Halo 2 or 3? I don't even know. I don't know where the Halo community is at. Pretty sure it's not 1. I recall 1 wasn't that great. Or people had complaints. Or maybe it's because I'm thinking of other things that moved on from the games. It's entirely plausible. I'm not in there. Don't take my opinion. Don't quote me. Don't put it in the papers. I'm wrong. Just muscle memory. My first kill was suicide. That's... So we in the business like to call for shadowing. Because we're getting ending 1, and Inko is going to use a grenade to blow himself up to save Fang somehow. Pass reach is shit. That might be what I'm thinking of then. To be honest, I don't even know how the Halo plot goes. I barely know what happens in 2. It's so weird. Wait, didn't I complete a playthrough of 2? And I still don't remember what... That playthrough is pretty recent. What the hell is wrong with me? Why am I so stupid? God damn. I was actually exploring. I began to move around the map environment. Oh, he's such a stupid boy. Pat's Franco, he's trying his best. Till an enemy found me and killed me. Or in that level where you land on the beach. The little beach level. You play as John M. Spartan and spank off. Nasty aliens! Boy wife, no! I give the staff here a heads up that you're cool so you can come and go when you want. That's weird. Why can't your doorman let them into your house? You're just gonna leave your door... What is with you Americans and leaving your doors unlocked? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my door unlocked so the doorman can accidentally let people into my fucking house. It's just... Jeez, you people are fucking weird. Or as in the TV, Master Cheeks with the ass clip. No. I was back at school, little fanfare. I contemplated the realization. Basically, social life is expanding. Well, I'll be glad you miss St. Hammond, Inko. All you would have done is put a girl in a wheelchair in a fucking hospital, you know. Hey, it's a mark on your record, good or bad. Hey, I'm Inko Chidito. I killed that cripple girl. Submissive cheat has a lady in his head that calls him... How does Cortana work in this? Is she just like a spirit ghost? Like an animal spirit or something? Cortana's a fucking furry in this, isn't she? Because early human history and stuff. Which honestly makes it weird they have Christianity, because Christianity showed up way after cavemen stopped being a thing. All I'm saying is some other bias is bleeding in. I'm just kinda giving you, I'm just saying Zeppelin is named after Lord Zeppelin. It's really weird that you call these dirigibles Zeppelins, just call them dirigibles. Every single person knows the etymology of every single word. It's really fucking weird. You can't have microwaves. You can't have microwaves. You can't have microwaves because a guy invented it by accident in World War II. So you need to have World War II. You need to have a guy do it by accident. Otherwise, you can't have microwaves. You can't invent them other way. You need to invent them that way. Otherwise, you can't have microwaves. It doesn't work that way. History is linear. No word can be invented unless it was invented exactly the way it was invented here. It's not a Zeppelin. There is no man called Zeppelin in your world, and I know that. I'm getting very mad because I just don't think etymological analysis of words in... these people are already not speaking English, okay? It's a fancy setting. They're not speaking English. Why are you analyzing word choice? They're using whatever word makes sense for them! Maybe I can focus on taking pictures for the club. He wants those $20 to go to the club. And go into my office. Oh no. I feel when there's only 12 Zeppelins left, they're dying species. We must all be sad. We must all be sad. I should have muted myself. Shit. God damn. There we go. At least he points it out. Couldn't they contact Inko? Isn't this like a world where we can just have the students' phone numbers available? Oh no. Oh no. Hold up. Hold up. I'm about to lose my mind again. Inko does not have a talent for photography. I need to point this out to you. Inko does not have talent for photography. He just thinks he does. It's like the thing he chose because he doesn't want to actually bother painting. Because he doesn't want to actually learn a skill. He just wants to pick something up and get going. And in photography, it's really easy to buy a really nice camera. And so his parents probably said, like, I go for this. Take some pictures of the houses that we're selling or whatever the fuck they're doing. Inko does not have a talent for photography. Even in Wani, he's got a long way to go at least. Like, that's what the wedding scene is partially about. Is he's learning what a quality picture looks like. Cortana has an anthropomorphic mammoth. She got that mammoth chest. You know, the chest on the mammoth so you can put your items in there. What were you thinking of? Oh no, he's the official school photographer. Why are you doing this? Why are we doing this for the character? Because he's just like, ah, it's cute. Naomi keeps inviting you to events. That works way better. Because Naomi's a fucking schemer. Why is Spears in on this? I just don't know, man. Oh my god, I'm a student who doesn't know how to hold a fucking camera, and I'm the official photographer. Wow! I didn't have to go to St. Hammond after all! I was thinking about how much conditioner she would need. You'd be surprised, is the answer to that. Especially if she keeps it short. If she's like shaggy, like long, man. Don't talk to me about that. I like a woman with Wookiee length hair. I like my mammoths like I like my Wookiees. Hair so dense it stops a sword. Read this video games is kind of fun. I think I'm gonna go get a Ben Pino lever and a copy of Ultra Italian Car World. Ultra Italian call roll. Ben Pedo Lever 2. Goddamn. I don't even know what half of those things are referencing, but I'm pretending I do. Wow, a real photography job. I've just been thinking about how my friends fucked up my life because I couldn't go to St. Hammond, but now I've got a real job. I don't have to choose. Man, it's chapter 7 and so many things are working out in weird ways. Man, that's a little early. Like, the reason Snook Game and Wani have so many chapters after the grand climax is partially because they're resolving the endings more than anything. And you don't have that, so just write a normal story, man. Even they kind of have their climaxes at the end, right? The actual point that matters. I hope he fucks it up. It's great. Congressman. Tomato lettuce teriyaki. Why would Naomi do this, though? Like, how does you becoming a photographer help with you getting set up with Fang? Wouldn't this actually make it harder for you to be near Fang? Because you're busy with events that Fang doesn't attend? Wouldn't Naomi be opposed to this idea? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm very confused. Oh shit, we're just fucking Jesus. This is whiplash. Don't do that. Like, he's just talking and he just enters the music room seconds later. Is he standing outside? Was he escorted there? I don't know. I'm not reading this. I don't want to. Get out of here. You think I'm gonna read all this bullshit? We just talked about Naomi with spears. Like, don't... He's a real photographer. I'm a real boy now, Fang! Oh yeah, a show's coming up. They need to find a venue. We're doing the venue thing next time then. I hope so. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be a little bit honest. Just a little bit. Just a tiny fucking bit. Alright? I'm just gonna be a little bit honest. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I think I'm mad for the wrong reasons. I feel like a lot of people acted out of character, and a lot of this is designed almost exclusively to cater to a very specific kind of scenes and settings instead of trying to... Oh, I'm just mad. I'm mad. Don't put in the newspapers that I'm mad. Don't. I'll be so embarrassed. I'll be crying for hours. So I haven't read my comments on my other thing yet. There are 5 to 6 comments waiting in my inbox on Archive of Our Own on the thing I'm writing, because I was an asshole and I was like, oh man, it's chapter 10 out of 10. This is the end. Ba-da-ba-ba. But it's also a chapter that's like, you really should follow this up. And to quote SpongeBob, right? To quote SpongeBob. The main reason I did it is because I in the notes I put a little gag to myself of like, you used me for land development.
You used me for land development.
I just love that stupid joke. Oh. Oh no! One more. One more what? One more chapter? Chapter 8's gonna be good? Is that what you're saying, buddy? Are you hoping to invigorate me? Oh, I forgot. This is 26 chapters. Fuck. I want to shit my pants! One more what, Senator? One more what, please? Who the fuck is Peter Griffin with a quill, and why does he include the dip, 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 dip? I'm not reading another chapter. I know that this went relatively well, but I am not in the mood, and I'm kind of pissed. I'm full of piss and vinegar, as I sometimes like to say. And I can't see this next chapter being much better. Are they going to look for the venue? No, there's no word venue in here. What is chapter 8 in Snook Game? Wait a minute. So in the... Boner is kill. In the original, chapter 7 was concert day. 6 was finding the venue. And 8 is they study together. So I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on, okay? I'm very stupid. I'm a very dumb man. Listen, I have a lot of thoughts. I'm not getting glazed in my comments as much as I was hoping. I'm just getting yelled at by people because I'm an asshole. And it's like, you know what? I kind of had it coming. I knew what I was getting myself into. All right? It's 12,000 words. I'm not in the mood for 12,000 words. Come on! I'm not even getting money for this. I don't get paid. Should I, you know what? Should I look at the comments that I got? My ego is gonna nosedive doing it though. I will die. You'll get to hear my entire sense of self-esteem evaporate on live TV. Normally, I'd ask for some money. I'd go like, someone better super chat me. But we all know no one does that, and I'm getting no money for this ever. So I might as well do it for free. Now, a wise man once said, if you like doing it, and people would pay for it, let them pay you or something. I don't know. It's weird how many wise men tell you not to take money from people, but whatever. Maybe I'm thinking about CEOs. Wouldn't describe those as wise men. I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. Do it. Senator, your vote doesn't count. Your vote never counts. I hacked YouTube to make it so that the entire polling system ignores your vote in particular, and nothing else. Fucking Adolf Hitler can rise from the grave and yell at me, and it would get counted. Some people might say, that's very petty. And I say, it's not petty enough! I need to get pettier! Oh my god, Prokopets is saying the controversial yet brave things. I do enjoy when a game is clearly trying to use a wildly inappropriate pre-built game engine for what it wants to do, but I don't see why RPG Maker should have all the fun. Do grid-based tactical combat in Inform. Write a rhythm game in Twine. Implement that precision platformer in Renpai. You know you want to. Make a roguelike Metroidvania in PowerPoint. I haven't bumped into the exact combination before, but I have separately encountered a roguelike maiden of Excel macros and a Metroidvania built inside of a Sudoku app. I don't want to know, man. I'm scared now. Scared and a little tired. I don't want to look at my comments. I just don't. I'm terrified, okay? I know people are gonna be so mad! They hate me. They hate me. They'll say things like, I've mailed you a pipe bomb, but I won't tell you. And he told me anyway, because he knows I'll be freaked out now. Here, I'm putting an app on your phone that gives you a companion with whom you can't have offspring. I am highly symmetrical, agree with all your opinions on the TBH of hostility. Christ, imagine this available to everyone instantaneously during the most desperate moment in their 20s. You might call that checkmate. We will end ourselves, chasing illusions we have created. You're like the anglerfish that devours itself. Prediction, in 15 years, nobody under the age of 20 will see why this is supposed to be funny. Jesus Christ, SMBC Comics, what is wrong with you? Why must you say something so fucking true that it makes me cry? I'm just delaying, okay? I'm delaying as best as I can. So before I end my delays, did you know that yesterday was fireworks day and every single person that I know was like, man, I fucking hate fireworks day. Because everyone I know is American. And they're all the same. They have one opinion shared between all of them. Oh, man. Okay. On some level, I just want to do Chapter 8 tomorrow, but I also know that I need a day for myself just to reset my brain. Or I'm gonna go insane. I love Freedom Day. That makes one. Breaking news, little annoying dog that keeps yapping, suddenly afraid of loud sounds. How strange. This dog was so noisy and now it's so quiet. Okay. I can feel my stomach turn just looking at it. I know you joked about that, but I knew a bunch of pets that were like really bad with fireworks. Now we don't have 4th of July, but New Year's Eve, right? Specifically, right when 12 o'clock hits, is like, I've been told it's worse than American 4th of July. I've been told it's worse, and I don't know why. It's terrifying. Boy, wife, I would feel so much better if I had $50 before I went into this, because then I could go, man, at least I got $50 out of the deal. You know, it's like I'm doing this for free. I feel like I'm that guy. Like, I'm not even the guy on Jackass, you know? That guy got paid. He also ruined his life, but he got paid. Clicked. Oh, shit. Nasser A doesn't have Cheeto. He doesn't? I thought that was such a character detail that he would have, but I guess not. This is the end. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Oh, God. I can already feel the anxiety. It's great. I died a little inside. I'm dying a lot. The problem is I don't know if the hole can patch itself over. So Nasser doesn't have the fingers. I thought he did. Because it's such a telling detail. Did they just go, I don't like that? And yeah, they got rid of it. Well, fuck me then. Fuck me then. I gotta correct that. Notice what the frick? I have to deploy this edit immediately. Oh, but dogs are more sensitive to hearing than humans. But how do they deal with the yapping 24/7 and not go deaf? I shove a microphone in your dog's face and go, how can you awoo? How can you awoo knowing you're... This is how an antagonistic Rosa looks. Oh, man. You know, those comments weren't so bad, and I'm now just mad. Just mad! I'm deflated, though. I still need to read through that chapter and post the next one so that everyone knows the note's not over. Anyway, I'm gonna go cry myself to death. That sounds like a great way to spend my afternoon. Thank you for coming. Next week we'll do Chapter 8. Who knows what Chapter 8 is, because we've gone off script, and that's fine by me. I don't know why Inko became the school photographer. Feels like a weird fucking thing to do to the guy. I just don't get it, man. My head hurts. It's spinning. I want a prize for my efforts, but I won't. 5 views, man. Who do I do it for? Well, those two guys. It's always those two guys. I put my little hands in my set. Unpaid labor. Nah, I'm fine. I gotta go do that stuff, and I say I gotta. I want to. I do it because I want to. I'm not getting paid. It's not like anyone is forcing me to. It's because I want to. I like the writing and the posting, and then being nervous as all hell over the comments because I'm a little asshole who hates himself. See you guys next week. We'll do Chapter 8. How about we get a little preview of Chapter 8 so we know what we're getting ourselves into. Let's go look at some parts of this. I couldn't help but smile. Distracted. Photography. A lot of texting happening. By the way, if you happen to do texting, text stuff in Google Docs, if you Shift Enter, it creates a new line that isn't permanent self-imposed internship. School used to let me fix stuff for cheap because I was good at fixing stuff. Well, if there will be a reference, that's another thing. What the fuck? Are we getting the driver involved in this again? Oh my god, we're doing some weird stuff. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna go and I think I feel my own migraine coming on, so